The title of my controversial book, or the controversial book that I will be talking about today, is called Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jesse Andrews. This book was published in 2012, and it's a contemporary fiction slash dark comedy novel for young adults ages 14 to 17. Our main characters are Greg Gaines, Earl Jackson, and Rachel Kushner. Greg Gaines is our narrator of the story. He's a high school senior whose primary goal is to just blend in, to be invisible at school. In the story, Greg can be a little unusual at times. He has self-confidence issues, and he uses a lot of deprecating humor to help him get through tough situations like that. And he also uses a lot of sarcasm, which makes the book funny at times. Earl Jackson is Greg's best friend. He has a rough home life, which accounts for a lot of his actions. He's a little volatile and he will go off instantly. He has a mother, but she's rarely around. They don't have a lot of adult supervision because his father is not there at all. He's an absentee father. He has a brother, and his brother gets into a little trouble in a book. He deals with drugs, and he's also dealing with gangs. And all of this makes Earl feel trapped in his situation, which causes him to curse a lot. And, he does teenage things. But through all of that, he is extremely loyal to Greg. Rachel Kushner is the dying girl in the story. She's very sweet, very kind, and sincere. She doesn't judge Greg for being awkward, which is all the time. She genuinely likes spending time with Greg, and she's very supportive of Greg and Earl's filmmaking projects. Even though the book deals with some serious subjects like cancer, death, poverty, drugs, sex, teenage stuff, they are not, those subjects are not presented in an overly emotional way and not a cliched way at all. It's not tropey in the book. This appeals to a lot of young readers, but some parents seem to find the way that the author deals with these subjects is a little inappropriate for children. And in some cases, they feel that the author is dismissive of the seriousness of these subjects. A lot of parents have challenged this book for those reasons and other reasons. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl was the seventh most challenged book in 2021. It tied for the 10th most challenged book in 2022. It was challenged and banned in certain areas in the country. It was pulled from about 20 schools in Cobb County, Georgia, for being highly inappropriate or having sexually explicit content, according to some parents. Censorship like this, where books are challenged or banned, they really go against what the American Library Association stands for. And also, too, in their freedom to read statement. The ALA states that censorship often comes from fear and discomfort. People usually reject what they don't understand or what's not familiar to them. The ALA believe that, this is a statement from their website, they believe that shielding young adults from real life challenges doesn't prepare them to think critically or empathetically. They're not being challenged. They also state that the freedom to read is essential to our democracy. And they feel that parents have the right to restrict their own children access to library materials, but not anyone else's children. So Me and Earl and the Dying Girl is very it's very well regarded with teens. And it's an award-winning book that has received critical acclaim. Despite being challenged and banned, this book is extremely funny. It's deep and it portrays teenage life as authentic teenagers would live it. Teenagers can be awkward and they can shield themselves through sarcasm. There's also a lot of unconditional acceptance for the friends in this book. And that also is attractive, or it speaks to young adult readers, to teenagers. I'm sharing this information with a fact based assessment. I did a lot of looking on the internet, reading about this book, and I read the book myself. I found the book to be very informative. This book, whether it stays in the collection or whether it's not, it needs to be thoroughly run through the criteria. And if new criteria needs to be created, it should be thought through thoroughly. Thank you.